of the T-beam, which but we have already completed the design and drafting of the solid slab already. In continuation to that, the T-beam will be attached monolithically to the slab, to the solid slab of the bridge. That's why we're going to see about the drafting of the T-beam today. Okay, so what will be the appearance of the solid beam, and what will be the appearance of the T-beam, and what is the meaning of monolithical joint? Okay, thus that are all the concept we're going to see it for today actually. Okay, I'll share the screen which shows the monolithical connection between the solid slab of the beam as well as the T beam of the bridge. Okay, can you all able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Actually, this is the picture of the bridge. Okay, so one span of the bridge has been shown in this picture. Here, the top portion is there. No, so this portion is a solid slab. Okay, so the solid slab are connected together with the T-shaped T-beam. Okay, so the T-beam and solid slab are monolithically joined. Okay, why we say as a monolithical connection is exists between the solid slab and the beam. Like at the joint you cannot identify whether it is a beam or it is a slab. Okay, so in that way it is constructed. Okay, so in this class we're going to draft this uh, particular T beam which we have completed. Okay, so which we have completed. So the solid slab the drafting we have completed. No, we going to uh, see the solid slab drafting plus we're going to see about the drafting, how we're going to draft the how we're going to draft the T beam. Okay, so that is the thing I have planned for today. So I'll share the screen of solid slab drafting which we have completed already. Can you all able to see the screen?
Yes,
Can
sir.
you all able to see the screen? Okay, this is the drafting of the solid slab which you did in the previous class. Now we're going to see about the drafting of the T beam which is monolithically connected to that particular solid slab. Actually, in the below itself we will draw. Okay, so here it mentions the dimension of the steel rods which is placed. Okay, so here at the top as well as at the bottom, 10 mm diabars or 280 mm spacing is provided as a main reinforcement at the corners, and at the midspan uh, again the spacing is reduced. Okay, so the 10 mm diapers at 250 mm spacing is provided. Okay, so like if we say here some curtailment rod also given, so the curtailment rod detailing is what, 20 mm diapers at 280 mm spacing. Okay, so this rod is a curtailment rod actually. So this rod is a curtailment rod. That the specification is also given. So again the specification on the other side. Okay, so the provided steel rod is same, that is 10 mm diameters at 280 mm spacing is the uh, given steel rod. Okay, so here the spacing is reduced in case of distribution box. Okay, in case of main box the distribution is that is the spacing between the steel rod is more. Okay, then this is the joint. Okay, so this is the expansion joint which is provided at the end of the each span of bridge deck. Okay, so the bridge will be generally constructed by the spans only. Okay, so this is the first span, and after completing the first span, there will be a expansion joint. Okay, it is made up of steel material. Again, the second span will be provided the constructed. Okay, so the first the one end of the bridge is called abutment, and the middle end is pier, and the at most the last end is called again apartment. Therefore you can understand that the bridge is supported by two apartments at each ends. Okay, and in between the mid spans of the bridge it is supported by the pier, uh, which is constructed above the pile foundation. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so now this is the longitudinal section of the solid slab. Now we're going to see about the section of the T-beam, which is connected to the solid slab. Okay, so how will you draw the T-beam? It's like that. As I told already, that the T-beam is connected well together with the solid slab. We'll see. We will draw the surface of the beam first. Okay, so what is the surface of the beam? For that you need the L command. Okay, so line command. Okay, so L enter. Okay, so the line command will be enabled. So you choose this particular end, then you drag like this. So from here you can start drawing the surface of the T-beam. Okay, so you just click on here in this point, then you you on the ortho mode. Okay, so that you get the straight line properly. Okay, so after that you just stretch this line up to, so this particular end of the band. Therefore, the top of the T slab is connected. T beam is created. Now, what is the thickness of the T beam? Okay, so the thickness of the T beam is same as thickness of the solid slab. Okay, so we have the solid slab thickness as 675 mm. As per the design, we have the solid slab thickness like that. Okay, 675 mm. By offset command, you can create the line at below. Okay, so you just click on offset O, enter, and the specify offset distance. Okay, so that distance is 675 mm. Okay, so that it is feeded. Then you click on the source object and click outside. Okay, so then the top surface of the T-beam is created. Now you're going to create the cross section. Okay, so here we have done, so the cross section we have created, so the same cross section you need here. Okay, so these two dimensions are same actually. Okay, so from this point, from this point to this point, this is the thickness of the solid slab, right? So the same thickness of the T beam thickness is also same. Therefore, you can utilize this particular cut section. Okay, so cut section means what? It shows the continuity. Okay, so it will be your structure is continuing. It is not ended at one particular point. Okay, therefore, you just copy this particular cut section and you paste at both the ends of the T slab. Okay, so you're just selected now. So you are just selected the source object now you give the command CO. So that is the command shortcut for copy command, CO, and click on enter. Okay, so therefore the copy command is enabled. Now you specify the base point. Okay, specify the base point. So you have the ortho command also, so that you can copy this particular object at any time, any direction. Okay, so if the ortho command is off, so the direction is not independent. Okay, it can be moved to any direction, but if it is on, so if it is on, it can be moved along the multiples of 90 degrees only. So it is in 0 degrees initially, so after that it goes to 90 and 180 and 360. This kind of rotation only is possible if the ortho command is on. So for that you just off the ortho command and you just choose like this. Okay, so this is the way the topmost surface of the T slab is created. Okay, so the topmost surface of the T slab is created. Now now it is not in the shape of T, right? Okay, so what you should know, you should draft the uh, you should draft the deck slab also. So the deck slab is attached to the solid slab, then it appears as a T beam. Okay, so then you're going to draw the deck slab here. Okay, how will you draw the deck slab? So for that you have to know the breadth of the flange. Okay, in a T beam, whatever the any type of beam may be. So in a T beam, the top flange is there. No, so it is called web, and the bottom portion is called flange. Okay, so I'll show it again how to create that flange. Okay, so for that you just click on the line, enter L, enter. So that is line command, and you choose the midpoint from here. As you drag, as you drag along the this line, you can identify the midpoint of this particular line, or else you can do one thing. So you can go for the dimensioning. Okay, so dimension, you just select the object. So what is the dimension here? Okay, it is actually near to 9157 millimeters. Okay, so di this is the length of this particular slab. So okay, so that you identify the midspan here. So this is the midspan. Okay, so you draw the line. So this is the reference line. Okay, so this is the reference line. So you draw the line like this. The length of the line may be, it is depends upon the design. Okay, so for as of now, we are taking 4500 as the length of the T slab web portion. Okay, so this is the thing. So now this is the midpoint line which is created. You can offset this particular reference line which passes through the slab. Okay, so TR double enter. So that is the command which is used for trimming. So TR double enter, and you just drag and click like this so that it gets trimmed. Okay, so this is the reference line. You offset on the both the direction, depends upon the flange. Okay, depends upon the flange width. Okay, so the flange width, you take it as 6, as the same of that of as that of the solid slab width. Okay, so the solid slab width is what, 675. You take the same thing. Okay, 675. Okay, so that is the width of the flange. Okay, so the width of the flange. Okay, so what is the half of the 675 value? So the 675 half value will be 337.5 meters. Okay, so that is the offset distance. Okay, so you just click on the escape icon. Oh, enter. Okay, so that offset command is enabled. Okay, so the offset distance is 337.5. Okay, so that is the offset distance. Okay, so you just click enter, and you click the source object on this side, and again you click the source object on this side. Okay, so now you delete this particular reference line so that the distance between this particular two thing, okay, is 675 in dimension. Okay, you can check the dimension also. Okay, so if you see, this is the thickness of the web. Okay, so this is the thickness of the web portion. Okay, so now you just connect this one. So this is the way you create the flangery T. Okay, so flangery T beam of the bridge. Okay, so the top portion is there. No, so this top thing. So this is called this is called flange, and this is called web. Okay, so then you can trim this portion also, TR double insert, so that you show the monolithical joint. Okay, so that is the thing. Now we're going to see the reinforcement detailing. Okay, so how can you give the reinforcement detailing to this particular thing, you know? So like what kind of reinforcement you have to provide? So you provide the connectivity between the solid slab as well as the deck beam which is provided at the bottom. So for that you create the reinforcement with the clear cover of 30 millimeters. Okay, so offset enter and the offset distance is 30. So why? Because that is the clear cover distance 30 enter. Okay, so you just click on this one and this. But one thing for sure is like the reinforcement which is provided at the top will not be provided throughout the length. Okay, so it will be restricted. Okay, so from this to this it will be restricted so that it will give the connectivity. So again, to provide that, you draw the reference line. So this is the mid span. So you draw the reference line here. So from the reference line, so on the either side you just offset. Okay, so what is the distance, offset distance you will choose? Okay, as of now, we will be choosing the 650 as offset distance. Okay, to provide the reinforcement. O enter 650 enter. Okay, so click on the source object on the either side. You delete the middle portion. Then you trim this object. Okay, see tr double enter. So okay, you can trim the object on the both the direction. And you delete the reference line also, so that the reinforcement is provided to have the connectivity between this slab web as well as the flange. Okay, so this is the thing. Then you have to provide the hook at both the ends. So for that you can go for the arch option. Okay, so arch option, how will you go, you know? So arc specify the starting point and specify the end point. So this is the arch. Okay, so this is the hook which is to be provided actually. Okay, so again you repeat the command arch. So this is the starting point and this is the end point. You provide the hook. Okay, so this is the way. So there is a difference with there. For that you can do one thing. Okay, the same thing as can be copied. Before that it has to be rotated. It has to be rotated. For rotation, the command is RO. Okay, so that is the command for rotation. You just rotate the now it is rotated. Then you can just use the move command M enter and you pick this one. So you off the ortho. You can pick this one and you paste it here. Okay, so this is the way the top reinforcement is provided to have the connectivity. Now the the flange is there. No, the flange also has to be reinforced, right? Okay, so the same concept you can follow. So the 30 mm is the thickness of the 30 mm is the clear cover which is provided in between the reinforcement to the outer surface of the structural member. Okay, so this is the outer surface of the structural member, and the reinforcement will be provided inside. Okay, so the 30 is the clear cover distance. Okay, so for that offset, you have to offset the object O, enter, and the offset distance is 30, enter, and click on the source object and click inside. Similarly, click on the source object and click inside. Why? Because the reinforcement will be provided in all the direction. Okay, so the click on the source object and you click inside again. Okay, so you just stop. Okay, so this reinforcement is there. No, it has to be extended till this end. Okay, so for that, how can you do? What you can do? You just click the line and left click. Okay, left click and you hold the icon. Okay, so you extend like this. Okay, so this is the way you can extend also. So you just have the icon and extend. Okay, similarly on the other direction also you extend. Okay, so you left click and hold and you extend like this. Okay, so now what you can do, you can just offset, you can just trim this unwanted portion here, tr double enter. Okay, so that the unwanted portions, okay, unwanted reinforcement get trimmed. Okay, so this is the thing. So now what are you going to see, so we have completed the external appearance of the t-beam. Okay, so we have drawn the flange as well as the web of the t-beam, and we have completed the main reinforcement detailing of the t-beam we have completed. So now we're going to provide the distribution bars. Okay, so how to provide the distribution bar, for the top as well as the bottom of the T-beam, the distribution bar to be provided. For that, the concept is same. Here we have created the donuts, right? By using the donut command, you're going to create the distribution bars. Okay, the distribution bars dia is 10 mm. Okay, so we're going to create now. Okay, so how you can do, so do enter. So that is the command for donut. Okay, so do enter. So specify the inner dimension. The inner dimension is 0. So what is the outer dimension? Outer dimension is 10 mm. Okay, so that is the dimension of the bar. Or you can choose for the visibility, you can choose the 25 mm also, 25 mm. So that your donut is created here. Okay, so it is created here. No, so all you need to do is you just copy the donut and you place the donuts as a distribution reinforcement at the top as well as the bottom of the T-beam. Okay, so before that there is an unwanted portion here like this and all. The reinforcement will not be provided. So for that you have to trim. Okay, tr double enter. Okay, so you just trim this portion, so which is unwanted reinforcement to be provided. So the reinforcement will not be provided like this. So now the created donut can be copied and placed as a distribution reinforcement in the T-beam. Okay, so for copying the command is co and enter is a command for copying. Now you specify the center distance. Okay, so the ortho mode is on. You can move in this way only. Okay, so for that, to have the independent directional move, so you just off the ortho mode and you just copy here. Yeah, you are reinforce the bottom portion of the T-beam with the distribution bar. Okay, so you can delete the source object. Okay, so the same reinforcement to be provided at the bottom also. What you can do, so you can just copy all the objects together. So co enter. Now you make the ortho on so that the moment is directional. Okay, so the bottom portion also reinforced. Okay, but the distribution bars, as per the design, the T beam has more number of bars at the topmost section. Okay, so therefore the distribution bars to be provided is 6. We provide the layers as a 2 layer. We will provide. Okay, so the number of bars is 6, but there is no provision for us to provide the 6 number of bars. Why? Because the dimension is restricting. Therefore you provide as a 3 layers. Okay, so like this. So the top reinforcement, the main reinforcement as well as the distribution reinforcement for the top portion of the T beam and the bottom portion of the T beam is created now. So now what are you going to do, you know? So we're going to detail. Okay, drafting we are completed. Now we're going to detail the things. Okay, so what kind of detailing you will do, you know? So what is the reinforcement? Okay, so what is the width of this reinforcement? Okay, so that you decide based upon what parameters, you know, so that you will detailing. So for that only you're going to detail first. Okay, so for that you just type dimension dim detailing, like you choose this particular one in. So the width of the top main reinforcement, you know, so the width of the top reinforcement is BW, that is the breadth of the web. Okay, so this is the breadth of the web actually. So the web portion breadth is there, no. So BW plus 2 DF. DF is nothing but the depth of the flange. Okay, so the depth of the flange of T beam is equal to the solid slab depth. So that is 675. So 2 into 675, that is 2 into DF, depth of the flange, plus breadth of the web is the length for this particular main reinforcement which is provided at the top. Okay, so we're going to change that one. Okay, so B, so that is B. B is a breadth. Okay, BW. Okay, so W is nothing but the breadth of the web at the bottom portion I'm saying. Okay, so BW plus 2 of DF. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so if you see here, so BW plus 2F. Okay, so what is BW? Actually, yes. Yeah. Any interruption is there? Shall I proceed now? Shall I proceed or what?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the length of the remaining reinforcement to be provided at the topmost portion of the T beam is BW is BW plus 2DF. Okay, so what is BW, what is DF, that we'll see. Okay, so this is the web. Okay, so this is the web and this is the flange. That also will detail. I will detail, you know, M leader, MLEADER, M leader. So you just click like this. So this is the web. Web of T beam. Actually, the web of T beam. Web of T beam. Okay. So then what is this one? Again, you repeat the M leader. So this is the flange of T beam. Flange of beam. Okay. This one is a flange of T beam. Flange of T beam. Okay. So you create the dimension DIM so that you specify this one. This width is nothing but the B W. Width of web. So this width is nothing but the BW. Okay. While this width is there, no. So this width also we create the dimension. So from this point to this point, dimension we are checked. Okay. So that is 605 mm. Then you change the text also. So the text is DF. Okay. So DF is nothing but the depth of the flange. Okay. So DF is depth of the flange. And BW is width of the web. Okay, so some of the detailing we are done. We are done. Okay, so for the main reinforcement. Okay, so for the main reinforcement width and the how to provide the distribution reinforcement that we are shown, and we are detailed the different parts also. Now what are you going to do? So what is the distance between these two distribution bar? Okay, so from this bar to this bar, what is the distance? So that we going to detail now. Okay, so how will you detail? For dimensioning only, by dimensioning only. So DIM, enter. So from the center to this particular center. Okay, wait a second. From this particular distribution bar center, you choose distribution bar center like this. Okay, so this is the dimension actually 280 mm. Okay, so the distance between the two distribution reinforcement is 280 mm. Okay, so with this, so you can you able to see the AutoCAD screen now? Okay, so someone has entered the class so that I admitted him. Can you able to see, right? Can you able to see it or not? The AutoCAD screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have specified the 280 is the distance between the two distribution bar, and now we're going to give the specification on what basis you are chosen the distance between the two distribution bar. Okay, so on what basis? Uh, on the basis of horizontal spacing, which should not be lesser than or equal to the diameter of the bar. Okay, so the spacing between the two bar should not be lesser than or equal to the diameter of the bar. Actually, our diameter of the bar is 25 mm. The spacing should be greater than 25 mm. So that is the one condition. Or the second condition may be the nominal size of the aggregate. Okay, so what is the nominal size of the aggregate? Maybe we will use it up to 40 mm. Okay, so the center to center distance between the two different distribution bar should be greater than the 40 mm in the plus 5 mm, the maybe 5.45 mm. Okay, so in two ways you can choose the center to center distance between the two distribution bar. Okay, so the first condition is the distance between the two bar should be greater than or equal to the diameter of the horizontal spacing should be greater than or equal to the diameter of the bar. That is 25 mm is the diameter of the bar we are chosen. So the horizontal distance between the two consecutive bar spacing should be greater than that limit actually. Okay, so the second condition is what? The second condition is the nominal size of the aggregate plus 5 mm. Okay, so the nominal size of the aggregate generally we use up to maximum 40 mm plus 5 mm it is 45. Your horizontal spacing should be greater than 45, but we are taking the same distribution as we chosen in the solid slab. Okay, so therefore the horizontal spacing, that is the center to center spacing between the tool steel rod is 280 in the distribution way. Okay, so now we have to specify that conditions, so for that you can choose the M leader, MLEADER. Okay, so M leader, you just specify the center distance and you off the ortho. Now you type all those things. Okay, so what are the things we have seen? Okay, so what are the condition I have told? I'll type it here. Okay, actually. Horizontal spacing. B. R of plus whatever is there. Okay, so based upon this condition, you can choose the horizontal spacing between these two rods. Okay, so now we have completed the drafting. We have completed the drafting and detailing of the T beam, which is to be provided in the bridge. Okay, so now what we're going to see, so we're going to now we're going to see, actually it is not visible. Okay, so it should be visible, no? So and also you have to label what kind of drafting is this. Okay, so for that you just copy this one, paste it here, so you can alter this one. Okay, so this is the session B. Session B, session of longitudinal section of T beam. Okay, it is not a solid slab, it is a T beam. So you are labeled the drawing which you have done. So now it is not visible, right? To make visibility, you just select all those things. So SC, to make it visibility, you can utilize the SC, that is scale option in AutoCAD. Okay, SC, enter. Okay, so now you have to specify the base point. Okay, so you have to specify the base point. You can specify any base point. Okay, so after that, what you're going to tell, so you're going to specify the factor. Okay, so up to which factor you're going to increase, 2, or specify the factor, so the factor is 2. You move this label here. you move to some place away from this. Okay, so now you try the scale option. So this is the way you can increase the width of the text also by using the scale option. Okay, so by annotation you can increase this one. So you can increase the size of the texts. Okay, so by annotation, where is the annotation is there? You go to the style and annotation, you choose up to 300 or 650. You can choose 650, it is bigger. Okay, you can go up to 500 so that it is visible somewhat, you know. So now it is visible, right? Can you able to see this one? Style, annotation, you can go up to 750 or else. Similarly, you can change all the width also by using this annotation command. So this is the way you can maximize the textures which is to be provided. Okay, one thing is by using the scale option you can do. Other thing is you can use the annotation option. Okay, so I'll repeat the command for the annotation. What you're going to do, you know, so you just go to the text and double click. Okay, so that this dialog box will be open. After that you choose all the texts which is inside the box. Okay, so flange of the T-beam. Okay, after choosing this one, you go to the style and you go to the annotation. Okay, so in the annotation, you can choose based upon your visibility requirement, you can choose the dimension. Okay, so for here I am choosing 750 mm so that you can it get visible to us. Okay, so now you can change this one also. So now you just try the different variation. Okay, so 1000. This is visible, right? Can you all able to see the texts now? Can you all able to see the texts now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the way you can increase. Either I am going to apply 1000 annotation for all. Okay, so that it even better it is visible. Can you able to see that texting texts? Can you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the way you draft as well as detail the drawings in AutoCAD. Okay, so related to T-beam, I'm saying. Okay, so this is the way you can do. If you want a picture, I'll share the screen again so that you can take the picture. While you draft, you can follow the same thing. Okay. So if you just take a picture out of it. While you practice, so that time it will be helpful for you.